call you back.
See that? Closes the door on its own. Hey guys, what's up? So this video is going to be very interesting, and it's going to be the first of what I call like the story time videos. In these story time videos, I want to talk about random car topics or things that have happened to me in the past that I haven't discussed yet on video. So I already have a ton of good ideas for some of these videos, and I'm going to try to keep them as short as possible. So I've been pushing off this video forever now, and I figured now was the time to tell you guys. So we're going to get right into it. Yes, I bought a Lamborghini. Yes, I got screwed on it. And here's the story. Enjoy. And just to remind you guys, the JR Garage store is finally here. So you can pick up all sorts of JR Garage gear, including this shirt and so many others. So go check it out if you get the chance at jrgaragestore.com. This story does not have a happy ending. It is super sad and it's such a bummer. So if you're in a good mood, click out and just come back like later and then you can watch it. All right, here we go. So getting right into it. For over a year now, I've been watching the Lamborghini Gallardo market very closely, checking out many cars for sale, tons of eBay listings, all that stuff, just poking around, getting a really good feel for where the market's at, what the prices are at, all sorts of things like that. You know, shopping for a Lamborghini, but only if something was a great deal. You know, it's still a lot of money to afford back when I was 16. So one day while I was searching some Lamborghini Gallardo listings, up comes this 2008 Lamborghini Gallardo, and it was priced fairly low, but it just caught my eye. It was a Grigio Lynx, the dark gray color over a black perforated leather interior. Had a really good look to it, updated LP bumper, and it was a 2008, which is a big plus. Last year in that pre-LP generation. So it immediately caught my eye, and I said, this looks nice, you know, but a lot of cars catch my eye. So I kind of just set it in my watch list, kept an eye on it. I started to look into it a little more, and I started to say, this thing's pretty nice. Again, I just looked into it more and more and more. And at that point, I'm like, all right, well, let me message the seller. So I went ahead and texted the seller and said, hey, can you tell me more about it? Take some more pictures, couple things like that. And he says, sure, blah, 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 blah. Answers all my questions. I'll show some of the text messages. And overall, as time went on, I started to like this car more and more. And I'm like, oh my goodness, holy moly, you know, am I really in the position to buy a Lamborghini Gallardo at 16? And at that point, I knew that was my car. That was the one I'm gonna get. And so once we got into negotiations, we were pretty close on the price to start with, so I knew it wouldn't be too hard at all. So after some volleys back, we eventually landed on the price. So agreed upon price. I said then and that night, now we're talking March 4th. So I looked at everything March 3rd, checked everything out, and then March 4th I said, okay, I will take the car, let's land on a price. So I sent him he required a $2,000 security deposit, which was fine with me. So, and the terms were $2,000 security deposit, and you have 1 week to pay, and I confirmed that with him, and he said, yep, that's the case. So this was on Friday. So Friday, I'm feeling really good. I say, let's meet up tomorrow morning, Saturday. So we went there, we met up with him. Nice guy, younger as well. He was really into the whole me being young and me achieving my goals, things like that, helping out other entrepreneurs as well. He's a business owner. So everything was going really good, and we saw the car. I'll put in a clip here. I'll put in some little clips throughout this video that I took back in March. So we roll up, we see the car. It's just amazing sitting there so low to the ground in that gray. It just looked so good, the car, and holy moly, I'm going to buy a Lamborghini, achieve my goals at a super young age, 16. I was 16 years old at that point. So we review the car. Everything is super solid about it, no defects, and we know I brought along Christian. He knows his cars, and we gave it a pretty good clean bill of health. This has but overall, the car was fantastic. We took it for a test drive. Everything was all good.
Yeah, so I mean,
So he reiterated that we had 1 week to pay. So we had till Friday. We paid the security deposit on Friday. We had till Friday to come up with the remaining funds. We said, no problem, that'll happen. We promise, guarantee, of course. You know, we've never defaulted on a deal with a car, and we always go through. He said, all right, no problem. Car will be waiting in the garage. Let me know this upcoming week when you're ready. So we left that day saying we will have the money as soon as possible, maybe within a few days, early next week. He said, that's great. Nice meeting with you. Everything was perfect. Again, at this point, I am just so happy. You can't imagine. It's that feeling you get with your first huge car purchase was quite amazing. So that's how I was feeling at that point. So that next morning, Sunday morning, he texts me. I get a text from him saying, hey man, someone just offered me $5,000 more. Now I'm a man of my word. He kept saying, I'm a man of my word. I'm honest. Everything like that. I'm a straight shooter. So maybe that was a red flag, but he kept reiterating this. So even in that text message, he says he got offered $5,000 more. Understandable. Sometimes when a good deal pops up and other people see it as well, but you've already completed the deal, people will still message saying, hey, is the car available? I'll take it right now. So he messaged me that. And he says, you know, I'm not taking it. I'm a man of my word, just like he said. At that point, I'm like, all right. He says he won't sell it to anybody else. And we have a deal. It's a contract. It's a binding contract once you hand over a security deposit and have both parties saying the car is sold, yada, yada, yada. So, but I was feeling like a little like, okay, all right, well, I'll hurry it up. So I texted him back saying, I will have the money in cash on Monday. Tomorrow, the next day, on Monday. You can't do any better than that. Remember, we viewed the car on Saturday. He said I had a week till Friday. So oddly, he didn't reply to that text, and I didn't hear much from him for a while there. So something inside of me started not feeling right, and I kind of knew something was up. Something just didn't feel right. So I sent him more text saying, this is what I gotta deal with. So I sent him more text saying, man, hello, we have a deal. I will be there tomorrow morning. Everything, come on, are we figured out? You know, we have a deal, yada, yada, yada. He still doesn't reply. Now I'm getting really scared. I'm kind of freaking out because we're supposed to meet tomorrow, Monday. So I message him Monday morning. I'm coming to your place right now. Are you ready to meet? And he says, sorry, I sold the car and the money was too great. I sold it. So when I got that text message, I was just in disbelief. I just couldn't believe it. And then when it finally hit me that the car was gone, I just got so angry. And it's like, I'm such a positive guy and I always keep it light and happy, but I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Someone who said, the car is yours. It's your car. You have these terms. Everything was set up. The deal was made. Both agreed to. And then for him to just sell it to someone who offered a little more and just throw everything we had agreed upon out the window is just unbelievable to me. The owner went on and on and on about how the money didn't really mean as much as long as the car was going to a good home. He went on about his dozen cars that he has and different toys, but he insisted. He said multiple times, I have the $2,000 security deposit. That's all I need. You have 1 week to pay. And I was just so angry at that point. I wanted to, what would you guys have done? I really want to hear your guys' opinions on this whole deal. I want you to comment down below. Have you guys ever been screwed over like this? Have you ever had one get away? What would you do? You know, I considered Lawsuits, it just causes a ton of trouble, a ton of time and effort, and it costs a ton of money, no less. So I wasn't about to do that. I always try to remind myself, what good's gonna come out of that? Great, he screwed us over. Should we screw him over in return? I don't know. No, probably not. We chose not to do anything because that's just how we operate. What good comes out of all that negativity that we could have given him in return? Not much. To wrap it up here, the big takeaway I have is, yes, I was incredibly angry and upset at that time, but the big picture is living life with no regrets. If you're in a good position where you're at now, things are going good, then don't have any regrets. Don't wish to change anything that's happened in the past, because changing that thing would have changed, it would have been a whole new life. Something, just a minor change could change everything up that you have right now. So that's why I don't really worry about it. Yes, it sucks so much. If I would have bought the car, who knows? I may not have been as active on YouTube. I may not have started the 2 businesses I started just months after. All these things could have changed. I don't know what would have happened in my life if I did buy that Lamborghini. All I know is that life right now is amazing, and I don't want to change a bit of it. Therefore, I don't look back on it. I just live with no regrets. You know, what happens, happens. Everything happens for a reason. Maybe it did happen for a reason. I surely wouldn't have bought the Ferrari. I probably wouldn't have bought the S6. That came after that as well. So things like that, you just gotta let Jesus take the wheel. You just gotta let things happen and just let it ride and be part of the ride and just see where it takes you, honestly. That's enough of me rambling on. Make sure to comment down below what you think, if you've been in this situation before, what you would have done if you were in my situation. Also, like the video if you liked it. Let me know if you guys like these style of videos. Also, subscribe if you haven't already. We got tons of cool stories, videos that we're putting up with all of our cars. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Say that it feels right.